Okay, well, as you can tell, I'm back in bed with a sprained kneecap. That's actually getting a lot better. Yesterday was really good, and today it felt even a little bit better. But the problem is when I get up and walk around, I think I'm normal, and I'm not. And then I start messing it up. So I best rest more. So I'm back in bed trying to do some work. Okay, now here's what I want to show you: is that there's still there's COVID grants popping up every day. Everybody's waiting for the new stimulus package. No, don't wait for that. Keep looking, man, because this stuff pops up every day. Everybody's not waiting for someone to blow wind up on Capitol Hill to live their lives. Organizations and local governments, county governments, city governments, nonprofit organizations, rich people, everything are starting stuff, man, to help people. And that's what you have to keep looking for. So let's take a look at one thing. COVID grants. Let's go to Google and put COVID grants up here. Now, if you put COVID grants and you just put search for COVID grants, you get okay. There's 800 million. That's almost a billion. Okay, you can't start there because you just get lost in all this crap and you'll give up. Okay, here's what to do. You go over here to settings. I've said this kind of stuff before. And down here to advanced research. And then down here under advanced research, you will see a tab for last updated. That feels like me. The last time I was updated it was 77 years ago. Okay, and it has anytime there, but you want anytime. That's why you got almost a billion websites. Okay, you drop down that thing over here you want past week. I want to show you the new stuff that came up the past 7 days. So these are new programs that came up in the past 7 days. Now remember, they all may not be available where you are, and there may or may not be available. But what this should tell you is that stuff is happening. So you got to start looking locally, for stuff like this, because you see it happen all over everywhere else. Hey, well, maybe it's locally. That's what you got to do. And then you contact those agencies that I showed you before and everything. And if you remember, Let's Go Help, I got a report I'll send you. If you're not, about 2-3 days ago, I went through all those agencies you start looking for this stuff in locally. And if you don't know, just start with the elected official. That's a good way to start. Okay, so down here on anytime you click past week, man, I've been weak for 2 weeks. Dad jokes. Okay, put advanced search. Okay, now it doesn't give you a number, how much you got, but there's here. Now, when you see this, now what happened, there's a place called Grant Station. They charge money to show you about grants. I mean, I don't think they're a complete ripoff. But so if you have money to lose or whatever, fine. Most of the stuff is not for the average person. So they're really set up for nonprofit organizations and stuff like that. You're looking for individual stuff. No, actually, I'm gonna. Some members are gonna. I'm gonna pay them to buy it, and we'll review them. So you really know. And actually, most of these people use the jargon from the government. You don't know what the hell it is if you do that. That's what I try to do, is tell you what it's in English. This is what this sucker does. Yep. Okay, so let's go here. So it's a .com anyway, so you want to stay away from them. I mean, occasionally you do, and it depends, and we'll go along later. And okay, so that's grantstation.com. I'd forget that. What's this? Philanthropy.com. Don't know. 2 days ago, grant round, we gathered Chronicle coverage of notable grants, gifts. Well, that may be interesting. See, Chronicle, philanthropy is a publication. So a publication, media, things like that, that's okay, because they're going to give you a lead of who may have something. So that's okay. Anchorage announces recipients $5 million. Okay, here's one, $5 million, the second wave of small business. So here's a city giving $5 million. They just did it 22 hours ago. They opened up a program. This is not the U.S. Congress. This is a city. Okay, here's another story about that. Anchorage gives $5 million. Here's another story. Norwin area businesses relieve COVID relief grant from the county. Now, I don't know where that is. You go look where it is. Is that near you? See, now here's another money for relief for businesses from the county. No, you don't have to wait for these people on Capitol. Milwaukee. Oh, that's my. I lived there for 4 years trying to get through Marquette by the skin of my teeth, man. I was on and off probation every semester. So they have small businesses hurt by COVID. So more grants. See, now you have grants in a city coming up. Okay, well, that's Grant Watch. That's another one of those for-profit things. Here's DC government. Okay, all grant awards are made subject to availability of funds, grants, building grants. Okay, so there's something. You're in DC like I am. That's something to look at. Okay, meet Charles County. Charles County has 19 business grants. Wow. See, there's another business grants. What are you waiting for Congress for? Okay, what else we have? Professionalheart.org. Don't know what that is, but the AHA adopted flexible grants management policy. That's something that you don't care about. NBA responsive grants. Not sure what that is. The NBA Board of Trustees has authorized grant funding to support disciplines related to something. I'm afraid if I punch that, I'll never be able to come back here. So that's interesting. So you got NBA, have grant money they're given to people to do something. I'm not really sure. Nonprofit Quarterly, that may be interesting. That's a publication. Quarterly. So see what they're talking about. They're talking about Congress. So forget that. Anything that has Congress and forget. You're going to know. Global Giving. List global giving grants for nonprofits and businesses. Well, this is interesting. Somebody compiled a list here, gives communities resources to act quickly and protect from the most vulnerable. Learn more about what your donation is giving. Okay, now what this is a community, a nonprofit that collects money and then gives it to individuals. Wow, okay. Now, when you go to this nonprofit, you're going to see they want to ask for money. That's okay. You don't give them money. You want to find out who are they giving money to? You want to go in the other way. So that's how you find out there. Council nonprofits, the National Council of Nonprofits. CARES Act nominate organizations eligible. That organizations are eligible for the CARES Act provides a number of programs. It's just talking about the CARES Act, and it's an ad, so be careful. But it's a .org, so maybe worth looking at. See, if you don't do this, you're not going to be ahead of the game. You're going to be late when everybody else is. Okay, the score, you don't have to know that. SD Foundation, San Diego Foundation, 2 days ago. Check out our current opportunities. Okay, so there's new funding options from the foundation in San Diego. It's a .org, so you look at those funding. 19 Recovering Fund Act grants. Okay, and that's from the St. Davis Foundation. See, stuff is coming up. Who knew about this stuff? Okay, but see, you would never find it if you had, 800 million. This is workable. See, this is. Oh, I'm sorry. It may take you 20 minutes to go through this. I know we're all so impatient. I am. If I fill out that sucker right now and get the money next Tuesday. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So you're going to have to do stuff like this, and a lot of people don't have anything else to do anyway. So you start learning the system. Okay, economic recovery, and this is in New York City. Economic recovery and COVID loans for small business. They have a new program here. Okay. So up to $10,000. That's from the state of New York. So your business in New York, you got it. Population, no. Washington State doesn't sound like that. COVID economic recovery, no, that's doing research. FAA, CARES Act grants for airports. You don't have an airport? Do you have an airport? Well, if you have an airport, then find out. Nobody's using them, right? I think they're down like 60%. 45 million grants issued to communities of color that are impacted. Okay, this is 7 days ago. Okay, so now this is like the cutoff day. This is only searching for 7 days ago. I'm only looking for things that have started in the last 7 days, that you could take advantage of. Okay, now what is this? YOLOCEF. I think I did. Oh, YOLO Community Foundation. Grants are made in two categories. Frontline response grants up to $30,000. Okay. So are you a frontline worker? Whatever. $30,000. Okay. Wow. How would you know? You waiting for Congress to do that? No. They won't even know what to do. Business Stabilization Fund in Seattle. Special program in Seattle. Business Stabilization provides $10,000 in grants to small businesses. When did it open? 2 days ago. And it'll probably be gone in about a week. So that's right. You got to look. So that's why these things, everything I'm showing you, are just, I put the requirement, the drop down to 7 days. See how you can learn. In Google, when you get the whole goddamn mess, it's just a big can of SpaghettiOs. You can't find anything, right? Chapter helps veterans obtain Covert grants. Okay, well that's it. If you find somebody that's going to do research for you for free, because I'm going to charge you $20, so you want to use the free one first. Yeah, and so here's an organization that helps vets find these things. Okay, FEMA. Latest updates on the FEMA grant proposal lost wages program. Well, that's the FEMA program that's in here. I don't know why FEMA is advertising that they have to advertise. Because if you're affected by emergency, these floods and fires and stuff like that, there's unemployment money, there's rent money, all this kind of stuff. See, and that's why instead of going in Google and screwing around and all that stuff that people are selling you, nobody here is selling you anything. There were a few people who have these databases of grants. They were trying to sell you, but everything else is people giving you money. So now we've done 2 pages, found 3, I think, people that just want to take your money, but they want to give you information in return. Yeah, and everybody else just wants to give you money. Now that's the kind of searching you want to do. I've been searching every week. You're not old enough to remember that song, right? Okay. Let's look at what page 3. That's another FEMA. Yeah, because a lot of FEMA, there's probably more emergency money now for FEMA to pay rent, to help your business, to get unemployment and everything, from the fires and the hurricanes. Okay. Commerce Department in Montana. Okay. Montana coronavirus relief 3 days ago. Okay, businesses are eligible for a grant 3 days ago. Emergency fund grants from the federal government is over. Nada, it's gone. And the SBA one here, the state giving it. EUNC, University Emergency Grant Funding from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. This is for students. You're a student at a college. They're giving you money. How would you know? You waiting again for Congress? Don't wait for people to fix your life or change it. There's so much stuff out there. You're just but it takes work. You're going to have to click on these, follow down, and then contact them. The best way, man, to get all this stuff is that you call, email, and say, hey, is this for me? This is what I am. Don't waste time filling out stuff, and you don't know how to fill it out anyway, and you're wasting a lot of time. The more you can contact ahead of time, then they have a person. Particularly if you could call, man, you get on that phone, you become real, and it's hard to flunk somebody that's real. If you're a digit, if you're just a digit on the internet, nobody cares, right? It's like the bankers. HA Foundation, 19 fund grants made. Okay, Humboldt Area Foundation, up to $2,000. Okay, listen, to the Mother Women Rising Support Group. So that's interesting. The Chess Foundation. Here's another one. $25,000 in funding available. Relief grants for small businesses in Boulder. Baltimore County has Hartford County restaurants affected by the COVID. So you got a restaurant, you get a grant from the county if you have a restaurant there. Billy Penn, I don't know what the hell, Asian American nonprofit cited in Philly, really. American Asian nonprofits get low share of fee of this covert relief grants. Okay, so that's somebody else who wants to give grants. So you find that Asian American Relief Foundation, if you're an Asian, to get money from them, because this is a foundation getting money from the government, or raising it and then giving it to people in need. Say response grants. Week 20. In week 20, $45,000 COVID-19 community support grants were awarded to 3 organizations. Arizona Foundation, the county relief grants up to $25,000. Man, we only got through 3 pages, and not a dud was on that page. Not a dud. You go on and do this without putting in 7 days. If you can put in 1 day. Now, see what you want to do after you go through this. Then you want to set up a COVID. A COVID relief. Yeah, in a way. But you want to do. You want to put Google. How do you spell Google? Slash alerts. Okay, you put Google, and now you want to put COVID. COVID grants. Okay, you got to know how to spell. Let's go. Flunked English in college. Okay, now see, and these are the new ones already popping up, populating in here. And then you just put create an alert every day. You're going to get all the new ones. Now, isn't that? You don't need me for the rest of your life. Then I could really start relaxing. No, I don't want to. If you need help, it's Let's Go Help on Facebook. But also, I got all this stuff on YouTube too. If you can't afford the $20, but what I like about the group is that people are helping me. They're showing me stuff I never could find and know or whatever. There was a program somebody they share with everybody else that they're paying your rent for the end of the year, from now until the end of the year, rent all paid. Wow, now that's cool.